Hey everyone, it's Angie Sandro and
Christie Berman.
we're Angie and Christie right now. And what we're wanting to talk to you today about is National Novel Writing Month, NaNo. What it is National Novel Writing Month is November, the 1st of November. People get together all across the globe and write. And the goal is to write 50,000 words or whatever amount of words that you want to use as your goal. My first Nano was in 2010, and it is what got me into it helped me finish my book for the first time. I had never been able to finish a book. I'd started lots of different projects and never had been able to finish it, and had actually gone on hiatus. I hadn't written in years before my friend was like, "Hey, there's National Novel Writing Month. It's November. Do you want to do it?" And I thought, "Oh, why not?" And thankfully I had vacation days, and so I just spent that entire month writing Psyche's Redemption, which anyway, unfortunately didn't go anywhere at the time.
That's not the
Other than the
point.
fact that it was exactly first book.
That's right.
First book that I finished. And so I had that pride of, I finished the 50,000 words. And then a little bit later, like 5 or 6 months later, I finished the book and went out on submission, all that stuff, trying to get an agent. But I had that experience for the first time. And I would not have had that without Nano. That's why we're trying to let you know about Nano, because it is something that can be inspiring. It is something that can help you to get towards your goals. And it's something that we as a community, a writing community, can do together.
That's right. Because we all know that writing can be very lonely. And this is actually a whole month of writers getting together and doing this together. And the best way to do it is if you can find yourself a writing buddy, a writing group, and we'll tell you a little later on how you can join Angie and I during this Nano month, and let's meet our goals together. I think that'll be super fun. And I just, in passing, I just want to say how super proud I am of Angie, because not only did she do Nano and win at Nano many times, but she is living proof that Nano works, because her books, some of her books, 2 of your books are published because of Nano, right?
3 of them.
3
Yeah.
of them.
Three of them I wrote during Nano. Like, yeah, I was on submission with one book, and then I was like, I want to write the next 3. And so it just happened that Nano was going on. And so I wrote book 2, and then book number 4 in the Dark Paradise world.
So although Nano can mean different things to different people, never let anyone tell you that Nano doesn't work, because Angie right here is proof that it works. Just want to say how proud I am of you for that.
Well, and I want to say how proud I am of you too, Christie Berman.
Totally different reasons. But anyway.
Totally different reasons.
How do you get started with Nano?
Okay, so here's what you do. Go to the webpage, National Novel Writing Month, and then you're going to want to make your own profile, because this is where you're going to go through and set up your writing goals. One of the first steps, you log in, and then you do a profile page, and it kind of goes through, who you are, what your goals are, but mainly what is your new project. Okay. And so for me, I'm doing a project that I started last year. I did not finish it.
All good.
So I'm writing again for Nano. I'm using the same project that I used last year. And then you put in your goals, like how many words you want to write. And for me, I did 50,000 words. I don't know, Christie, did you do?
I did 25,000. I'm not a fast writer, so I just want to make something. Hey, if I go past 25, I'll be super happy. But if I get 25, I'll be super happy too.
Yeah. And so you put in your statistics, what you want your title to be, what, your word count, how many words you want to have. And what Nano does, they have a program where it keeps track of your statistics. And so every day you write, and then you take the amount of words that you wrote, and then you put it into the stats, and it lets you know how many words you did for that day, and it tracks it. So over the month, you can kind of see what your goals are.
It's actually super fun, because as you add every day the number of words that you've done, like it's kind of encouraging. They show you on a graph how many, like what your stats look like, and it's super encouraging.
Yeah, and it helps okay, so I got 15,000 words this time, but this time I only got 500, and so it kind of keeps track of how many you needed to write on that particular day in order to maintain the goal.
Like if you underwrite for a couple of days, then you need to catch up or whatever. It's very well done.
Yeah, very helpful, and it keeps that accountability up for you, so that you can kind of keep where you need to be. If you want to write with people, you can be buddies. Christie and I are buddies in this venture. Messenger. And if you want to be a buddy with us, you can just go on after you make your profile, you'll have your name and then find us, Angie Sandro, my profile name, and we'll put that in the description box, and then Christie_B for Christie.
And once we're your buddies, you can actually join our group, our writing group too, right?
Yeah, once there's enough of us, I mean, because Christie and I, we can write together anytime. But if you want to write with us, if you join the writing group, then we can let you know when we're going to have sprints. So we can do sprints together. We set up a Discord page for Angie and Christie right now. That way we can do sprints together. There's Sprinto, where it kind of keeps track of your sprints. You can put in the amount of words written, and then it tracks how many words you wrote during the sprint. It's kind of cool because you get to see, oh yeah, I got 500 words, and oh yeah,
that's right.
words. And you can see, how you're doing each time, whether it's easier or harder. So there's all different types of things that we can do together. So
yeah, absolutely. Because I think writing together is one of the nice things, like you're writing alone, but if you're writing alone together, if that makes any sense, it's much more fun. And just the fact that if you're doing a sprint while you're trying to get through Nano, you can discuss problems, issues that you come across. If you find, just happened to me, a plot hole, like things like that all of a sudden you're like, oh, how am I going to get through this? And so it's just encouraging to have a writing buddy. So
you may be able to find like a critique partner, someone who can, who will be able to like critique your novels for you. Those are the kind of friends you need, is like, when you're writing, is someone who can, be there for you over the long term. I mean, Christie and I, we've been friends
over 10 years. Yeah, absolutely.
And we've read, like, I've read all of Christie's books, and I think she's probably read all the ones that I've written as well.
Loved them.
So multiple times too.
Yes, but it's all good because they get better and better every time you read them.
Right.
So all good. I cannot wait to read the next version of this book that you're writing. So yes, please.
Yes, and I'm waiting for Christie's new one, which sounds fantastic.
So see, and it's kind of cool because you get to read before they ever get out there. So no, critique partners are the best. When you find a good critique partner, like, you never want to leave them ever again.
No, you hold on to them because they're liquid gold. Right?
They are. So all of that to say, Nano is fantastic. You can join by going to NaNoWriMo.org, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Get your profile set up, and then ask us to be your buddies. We will definitely let you join and be buddies with us, and then ask us to go on to Angie and Christie Write Nano with Mart. And we will let you in on that too. And then we can all compare notes. We can keep each other, like, cheerlead for each other. And it's the best way to do Nano. Yeah. And also subscribe to this channel, because we'll be coming up with videos on tips to deal with Nano, things like how to get your characters developed, how to find time to write Nano, how to build your settings before Nano, so that during Nano you can actually sit down and write. So subscribe and ask for a notification, and you will be on track.
During Nano, we're going to do some sprints. So
absolutely,
definitely we'll have some already recorded sprints.
Yeah.
And then we'll have some live sprints as well.
You bet. And the first one is going to be really cool. Just stay tuned.